We are back, guys, and this is the creme de la creme. This is the gold division, and alongside me, as always, is Ed. Yeah, this is it, guys. These are the best drivers we have to offer here at Formula 7, and today, I can imagine you're going to perform.
I didn't have my mic in, I don't think. Welcome.
Oh, right.
Yeah, no,
I could hear you.
Yeah, you could hear me, but I don't think anyone else could.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I think we can. Who's first out anyway? Let's get off. Let's go.
It's a Renault. It looks like Newlet, I think. No, it is Fanfinis is first out in that Renault.
So you've enjoyed bronze this morning. How do you think they're...
Hey, bronze was a good race.
See, I didn't see it.
Well.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I need to watch it. I'll probably watch it this afternoon, but... Yeah, I didn't see it.
Yeah, they did really well, the bronze.
I was surprised, actually, how many people finished. Because I think I said, like, 8 people would probably finish that race. And did really well. So we got a new follower, Patty Chen.
Yeah, thank you so much for the follow, mate. We're in for a right treat today.
I think it must be 399 now or 398. So close to that 400 mark. Iron Will for the win, says Dastard. Who joined our Discord and then left.
So Fanfinis in the Renault coming through. Sector 1 is at turn 4, 5 and 6 as it comes through. Very easy to lose it here with your car. As soon as you touch your curb, you can easily lose the back end.
Gotta say the Ben and Ben the Flower Pot men did well, didn't they? This afternoon.
Ah, they smashed it, they did.
Did really well.
Apparently they were applying for your job.
I wouldn't be surprised. I heard Ben at one point be right anyway, because obviously both Ben's saying the wrong name. It's always good to hear someone else did it.
So the Netherlands driver of Fanfinis has a season 1 medal in the post, but what can he do with season 2? Where's he going to sit? And it's a 125.7 already setting the benchmark. And there's a Williams. Is that Geimer? No, it is not. That is Lucas in the Racing Point. So he comes through the 125.5. Lucas is next through, Geimer, sorry, with a 126.9, and Black Mamba on 2K, the 125.9 in that Williams.
What do you think Paul's going to be?
Taylor goes through, our silver world champion. Adrian Sky there as well, our constructors world champion in the silver division for season 1. Comes through in that Hassenville second fastest with a 125.9.
Here comes Jakey boy to the line. Goes
and
4.
Jake comes through in that Red Bull and sets a 125.7. So all just testing the track at the moment. Oliver Demus has come in with a 125.9. The Scotty, we know he's got pace. He had a fantastic battle when he last raced.
The Newlet's out on mediums, the only driver out on mediums at the moment. So he must...
No reason to be out on mediums, but maybe he's just seeing how they get on out there.
Luke Mio. Is it Luke Matt? Oh, don't start. Luke Me Bo 04. There we go. Really?
Oh,
I'd
say
11.
Look me.
You'd say what?
I'd say, was it Luke May?
Luke May.
Luke May.
Luke May.
Luke May. Yeah.
Luke May where?
We'll go with Bo.
We'll go with Bo.
Bo 04. We'll go 126.7. Newlet in the other Renault is flying around sector 2, but there is a couple of cars still about to come round just ahead of him.
Just not rolling the Moz going through the last section.
Oh, the Moz is in the Alpha Tower.
Oh, he's just invalidated.
Oh, he invalidated on the last corner, so we'll skip to Newlet, who's coming through sector 3 in that Renault at the moment as he turns the final bend towards the finish straight. And he goes towards the finish line. It's 127. He'll know he'll have to improve. It's the slowest of all the drivers so far. Ion will be 126.6.
Just on board with Maxi Block coming through the last section.
Our current world champion Maxi Block in that McLaren.
Wonder whether he can keep hold of it this year.
Oh, he'll definitely have competition on his hands with a couple of these drivers this year.
Goes 8th.
He goes 8th, the world champion of Maxi Block.
So Mercedes just starting his lap. B-Rice on a lap at the moment, whereas he's just going through the first section. Oh no, second section. My mistake. Lucas saying in the childhood, lads, let's have some fun. We'll cry, just for you.
Yeah. We'll do our best.
Apparently Jake did well this morning as well.
Who did, sorry?
Jake. In comms.
Oh, yeah, he smashed it on comms. He did really well. Darth Vader, you mean?
Yeah, Darth Vader.
Yeah. Yeah, he did
I
really
wasn't
well.
going to mention Darth Vader side of it. Thought it was a bit mean.
Oh, he's got that voice changer on his side.
B-Right goes fastest. The 125 too. It's not the quickest we've seen from the guys. We're definitely going to see a 124 here. Ben still in the pits. Hopefully he stays there.
Ooh, Maxi Block's just hit the wall.
Has he?
Just lost it and hit the wall, Maxi Block.
He's not out though, is he?
The champion is in the wall.
Not out.
Homo sapien in the Alpha Tower. Just about to come towards the finish straight.
125
and Saints 10.
So I think the next person who's going to cross the line on a flyer is F7R Matt.
7R Matt is going to be next in that Alfa Romeo as Taylor gets out of his way.
I think he was helping him out there a little bit down this back straight.
So coming down the back straight towards the final turn.
See what he can pull out of the bag here. 9th place, 125.8. So look how close that is though. I mean obviously B-Rice.
Yeah, wait until Ben comes out, he's on an outlap, here he comes.
I want him to stay in the pits.
He shouldn't be allowed to do Q1.
he just should be at the back of the grid.
Yeah,
he has got some phenomenal pace on him though. It's just insane the amount of pace he's got.
He's got really good pace. But look at that, everyone from 1st to 13th on the 125.
Yeah, it's close.
And this is what we wanted.
Yeah.
A competitive league like this is going to be like, you just don't know who's going to be on the podiums in a division like this.
No, it's literally going to be like just towing each other down the straights. It's going to be an insane race. Just on board with Guymer, he's going through. Well, he's not coming through, he's going through section 2 at the moment. Look at A. Quinlan there as well, up in 4th place. He obviously wants to beat his brother. There's a bit of brother rivalry going on as well.
A. Quinlan and Q Boys, both brothers, both in the gold division, both racing against each other.
Yeah. They want bragging rights, don't they, in that household?
Oh, definitely.
They even went and got another PS4 to do this. So Guymer goes to 15.
Ben is coming through sector 1 in the Alfa Romeo.
But we'll stay on board with Ben. See how he gets on. See how he cheats his way around. He likes to really take the corners really hard. You'll see him locking up quite a lot. It must be his setup, must be working for him a treat when he locks up.
Can't wait to see this ladder. It's going to go purple. He's coming through sector 2. Down the straight, no in sector 3 now, towards the finish straight. What lap times he going to set here? Is it going to be on pole in Q1 and take his former teammate off? And as he does, 2 attempts quicker than B Wright in the Mercedes, Ben in the Alfa Romeo. So Ben and B Wright, they're not teammates anymore, but they carry on the trend of going 1-2.
I told B Wright that he needs to unleash the beast today.
B Wright's got pace, the improvement that we've seen in the last couple of races.
He needs to put the friendship,
season 1.
friendship beside him now and concentrate on putting Ben under some pressure from the word go.
Definitely capable. So 5 minutes of Q1 left.
Mitchell doesn't know who I am.
What's that, mate?
In the chat, who's the other commentator? Not the one who commentated Bronze Race. I feel quite upset. People don't
Mitchell,
know.
this is Ed, the division, the league owner is Ed. You'll see him in the Discord all the time.
Please forgive me. I'll forgive you this once.
Maxi Block is nearly 1/10 up coming through sector 1 in that McLaren.
So we've got 4 minutes left in the drop zone at the moment. We've got Guymer, Bow, Ion Will, Mueller and the Moz. The Moz hasn't set. Oh, there we go. Where did Moz just go then? P12 with 125.8. We got Homo Sapien coming up next.
Homo Sapien next to 2 Alpha Towers, currently in 12th and 13th.
There's some great teams that have been picked. Obviously randomly. There is no cheating going on. Who have we got?
The Moz is invalidated. We've got I Am Will, who's half a second down in his lap time. We've got Mueller, who's out coming through sector 2 in that Renault, currently last on the grid at the moment.
Is B Wright going for another lap here? B Wright's on an out lap, so he wants to try and beat Ben and want to get that top spot. Well, it looks like
interesting.
Ben is. I know Ben's still in the pits. I was going to say I thought Ben
Mueller
was
coming towards the finish straight. This is quick. A 125.6 goes 5th fastest.
Well, that drops Taylor and Oliver Demoose down.
So at the moment in the drop zone, Luke May, Ion Will, both the Ferrari drivers, Guymer in 18th, our silver world champion Taylor in 17th, Oliver Demoose in 16th in the Racing Point Muscati, just on the edge of that drop zone.
We're one follower away from that 400.
One follower away from 400,
Yeah.
guys. You know what to do.
Who's going to be our 400? No one.
So, Lucas is. Looks like he's on
B
another
Rice.
Oh, he's lost it in the Mercedes.
Oh, I'm glad I caught that on camera.
So, be right. He's lost it in that Mercedes.
He did a great job. Waited till it was clear.
Now Ben's on an outlap.
He is.
Right, you're not getting the better of me.
He is. It's going to be one of them today, isn't it?
So Muscati is up on his lap time just slightly at the moment, coming through sector 2. He needs to improve to get away from that drop zone. Homo sapiens on an outlap. He knows he has to set another one. Taylor is on an outlap. They're all out. Ion Will and both the Ferraris are still in the pit lane. They're not going to get round for another lap here.
No. Unless, like, things lagging. Mitchell said, if someone beats Ben, I'll give bits. So, you boys know what to
someone
do.
beats Ben.
Was that in qualifying
so
or in the race? Go on, who are we jumping on board with?
Let's jump on board with Oliver DeMose, who's trying to get out of the drop zone. He's currently up on his time, coming through sector 2 in that racing point. So can he improve? Can he escape and get into Q2 here for race 1 in Bahrain? As he comes down the final corner towards the finish line. Is he going to improve? He looks to be going quicker as he comes towards the line, and he goes at 125. Fourth fastest. Homo sapien is in the drop zone. Taylor is coming through sector 1. Geimer through sector 2. Both the Ferraris on outlaps. Homo sapien has just started his flyer. So it's Geimer that's going to try and get out first. He's in a Williams. He's improving at the moment.
There's Geimer then.
We've got Geimer and Taylor pretty close together on the track. Oh, he's invalidated Geimer. So it's Taylor now who's 1/10 down in the Red Bull. And Maxi Block has completed. The world champion in season 1 has finished. Will he get eliminated? He's not safe in 13th. Geimer has completed his lap. He is eliminated in Q1. Can Taylor improve? Can he escape? Can he get into Q2 in that Red Bull?
Just up on his time as well. I don't know whether it's going to be enough. He needs to find 2/10 at least, or 1.5. There he goes.
He's quick. He keeps the pace. Is he going to improve as he comes towards the line? It's a 125.9. He stays where he is.
Improve,
so Homo sapien is 3/10 up. The Moz is down on his lap time. The Alpha Tauri could knock out his teammate. This is interesting. Homo sapien goes 4th fastest and knocks his teammate out. If the Moz improves, he could take Matt out here. The Moz comes towards the line. He goes to 125.7. Matt is down.
Matt's getting a toe as well.
Matt needs to improve.
He does. Maxi Block
goes. The champion is out. He goes 4th fastest. The world champion is out in Q1.
See how the track evolution has changed then. Look at that though. Every single driver apart from the bottom 3 are in the 125s. Every single one of them.
So the world champion is eliminated in Q1. Unbelievable.
That was tense. That was a tense. Just to get into Q2, that was tense. So I don't even want to know what this is going to bring. This is going to be really tense now. Because it's just so close. One mistake on the tyres, you want to set your quali on.
So, the fastest in Q1. Ben again in the Alfa Romeo is fastest, and B Wright is second fastest. Muscati in third. Eliminated and not going through to Q2. Ion Will start in 20th. his Ferrari teammate of Luke May in 19th, Geimer in 18th, the silver world champion and the gold world champion of Taylor and Maxi Block are both out in Q1.
That is mental.
So both the world champions are out here in Q1. Unbelievable scenes. Well, I did not expect that.
No, I
Both
didn't.
the world champions are out in Q1.
Who's going to leave first? This is going to get exciting. This race is going to be close. I mean, I think obviously we all know that Ben will probably have the edge up front. But as long as the pressure is applied, anything can still happen.
It's interesting to see what tyres they come out on here as well.
So I think we've got Phantomus out on the softs, and so is Black Mamba, who is Cobra Lad, if no one knows.
I tell you what, Homo sapien in the Cosmos did really well there.
Yeah, he did very well.
The last lap.
T David.
Maxi Block doesn't look safe in 13th, and he weren't.
No. T David in the chat says that was so intense for Q1. It was.
It was.
I think Phantomus wants some airtime. Out first again. I mean, at least, you know, you'll have a proper clear track to go with. Obviously it will be green, the track, so won't be rubbed in quite the way he wants it to. And it looks like two drivers are coming out just as he starts his lap. Are they going to get in his way? Keep out of the way very well. Might put him off slightly, but he's on the move. Surprise, surprise, he's gone purple in sector 1.
Purple sector 1. Is it Jake's invalidated? Oh, he's on an outlet with Red Bull driver.
Yeah, Phantomus is the first one to come through.
Phantomus in that Renault, first out again.
And then it'll be Black Mamba. See what sort of times. They sort of just want to set that one flying lap and look after the tyres as much as possible on the way in. Can't afford to lose any more tyre wear than they already do during the lap. And he goes fastest with a 1:25.9. So will that be quick enough to get into Q3? I don't think it will. I think he's going to have to go again. Black Mamba goes a 1:27, so he must have had a bit of a mistake there somewhere. The Moz with a 1:27 as well. I haven't got the tyres up. That's why. They're on medium tyres. Apart from Black Mamba. And Matt goes top with a 1:25.8.
It does.
Here comes Lucas.
Soft compounds.
On the mediums, goes third with a 1:26.4. You're going to see all these boys change to the softs as it's just so tight, and we all know that they can all get into the 1:25. So them medium tyres will not get you into Q3. Unless you can get into the 125s on it. The Moz goes 127 dead. Oh no, he's already been out. It was Jake who went at 127 dead. 126.4. Right on board with B-Right, so what sort of time he can pull out here. He has got a bit of traffic ahead of him. Luke Bow, thank you for the follow. We must have hit 400 now, unless someone's unfollowed us. But we've hit that magical 400 mark.
400.
Yeah. So here's our 400th follower. Oh, way to start the season. Hopefully we can double that within the season. B-Rai goes 4th with a 126.2. Again, it's not a safe time. Here comes Homo sapien. Oh, it's pits in. Adrian Sky going. He's on having a second go at it, second run after he invalidated the first time round. And he goes into 7th place, 126.6. Quinlan's just starting his lap. I think he's the only one on a flying lap. B-Right, unless the B-Right is setting another lap. Q boys, I think he's finished. He's going across the line. Second
Sapien,
4th place.
Knew that Ben and A. Quinlan not set a lap yet, but A. Quinlan is out in the McLaren, so both the brothers are through at the moment.
You're going to see them all switching to softs for the second part of this. I mean, B-Rye's probably the safest person at the moment on their medium tyres. But then again, you know, once they all switch to them softs and go for a flyer and all get in the 125s, he'll be out. And A. Quinlan goes purple sector 2, whether that's correct.
Ed?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, mate. I'll be back in 5 minutes. I've just got to go and grab the kids.
Alright, no worries.
Yeah, sorry, mate. I've got to leave you a second.
You'll leave me. Everyone's got to listen to my horrible voice instead. A. Quinlan goes top with a 125.3. Cracking lap. So he's hoping to get into that Q3, and I think that time will get him there. Ben is on an out lap. Can he get into the 125s on them medium tyres? Trying to see who is on a flying lap at the moment. I think it is Black Mamba. Obviously, I think he made a mistake in his first run. He's gone purple in the first sector. See how he gets on in sector 2. This is a really tricky corner to get right. I struggle so much with that corner. Go fast left. Just gotta hold your nerve and keep that throttle down through there. It's so easy to just lose the rear end. He's 1.5 seconds up. That'll get him into the 125s. Where's he he going to finish a 125.2? He goes top of the leaderboards. So is it is Newlett who's going through the final section. And he is going to set a 125.3. Look at that now, he's starting to close up at the top. Ben is on a lap, he's got 5 minutes to do a lap on the mediums and then go back in and get them softs on. Unless he can pull a lap, just an absolute crazy lap of his life. Oh wow, 125.8. Wow, nice little lap and a half on the medium tyres. Fantastic lap that. Really pulled that one out of the bag. Will it be enough though? 5th place at the moment. Got some quick lads below. Oh, Sapien's still on the medium tyres. So maybe he's looking at starting in the between 11th and 15th. But again, that lap from Ben, cracking like that. And who's just gone up there then, who went through the line? Muscati into 4th place, 125.8. Pretty sure it was. Oh, almost hope he nearly lost it. I think that's the end of his lap. So Moz. Oh, he does the same thing! The two AlphaTauris do the exact same thing, but Moz doesn't keep it going. He needs to get back in them pits and he needs to get them soft tyres on. He's got 3 minutes. Let's have a look now, see, this is going to start getting busy now. Drivers are going to come from everywhere now. So at the moment, Ben is still trying to get to the pits. He's run out of fuel. He's got 2 minutes 30 left. Is he going to get out in time?
I'm back, mate.
That was quick. I thought he'd be going for ages. Just update you. Ben's got to set 125.8 on the medium tyres. Still a risk, but it's a hell of a good time. He's got about 2 minutes 20 to get back out on the soft tyres and get a lap in, or else he'll be starting outside the top 10. As Adrian Sky goes 4th quickest, that drops Ben into 7th place now. Everyone's on an out lap. Who's actually on a lap? F7 Alpha Matt in that AlphaTauri has just started his lap. Not AlphaTauri, Alfa Romeo. Jay the Lad started following. So, when did Jay the Lad stop following?
Jay the Lad started following. He probably unfollowed and then followed back.
Followed himself, yeah, so he could be 400th. Go away.
So 1 minute 30 left. Black Mamba is currently on provisional pole in Q2. Only Ben is the one to set a lap on mediums. He's not bothered. He just wants to get through on the mediums. He's not bothered about being fastest in Q2.
He is coming out now, though. I don't think he's got enough time to get to the end. He's gone out on the mediums again. I didn't realise he went back out on the mediums. Whether he's done that as a mistake.
Yeah, he just wants that. Just wants to get through on the mediums, doesn't he?
I don't. Seeing how close it was before, I just don't think it'll be possible. I mean, I could be completely wrong. Oh, Jake said he got banned from his main account, so he didn't unfollow. So he's had another follow to it.
So Homo sapien, the Moz Monster, both the Alpha Towers again in the danger zone. Lucas in the racing point. Jake and B Right. They need to improve on their laps, but B Right is now out on them soft compound tyres.
Jake 7 tenths up as
and
well.
Yeah, okay, Moz, thanks mate.
So Ben's now down in 9th place. He's going to be starting outside the top 10. He's in 10th now. As Jay goes up to 3rd. He's obviously going to have the free choice of tyres. And that's qualifying done.
He is, qualifying is over.
He's not going to make it to set a lap. And Fanfamus just about knocks him out, goes 10th place. Where's B Rye going to sit himself down in 13th?
Ben is out.
Yeah, he's out, yeah. So he's
out.
That means Mitchell needs to give us some bits. And B Rye goes fastest with the 125 dead. Come on, Mitchell, cough up. So he's going to have the free choice of tyres starting in 12th place. And Muscati's just about on that cusp as well. So who's coming through next? It is going to be... Q-Boys isn't setting a lap. Or is Q-Boys setting a lap? Is Q-Boys on another lap? He's invalidated, hasn't
Homo sapien's gone purple sector 2 as well as he comes through sector 3. He needs to get out of that drop zone and try and get through to Q3.
The Homo sapien
Here he comes, Homo sapien across the line, 125.4 goes 8th fastest. Well, Fanfamus can still knock him out. He's 3 tenths up as he comes through sector 3. You got the Moz as well, about to cross the line at 104. 125.9.
Oh, it doesn't get him out.
This keeps him 15.
Wow,
Fanfamus.
125.9 keeps him 15.
Fanfamus can put Agent Sky out. No, he backs out. Yeah. That is it.
That is it, yeah. So, the Moz, Oliver, Ben, Fanfamus, and Muscati. Very quick drivers.
Wow, we are seeing some crazy results here in Bahrain.
I mean, I don't know whether Ben's obviously done this as a tactical thing, so he can go medium to hard, or well, I don't think the medium to soft works at all, but he could go medium soft, and go a long stint on them mediums, or go medium to hard. So we will definitely see him.
Fanfamus ran out of fuel.
Oh, did he?
He didn't go in the pits. He ran out of fuel.
No way.
So Ben, you do get to start on the medium compound tyres.
Just down in 13th. As if nothing happens down there. Is it going to be good for him, or is it going to turn into a bad situation? Can he keep out of trouble?
So in Q2, B Right is fastest with Black Mamba second and Nula again in third. Out in Q2, you won't hear this very often. The Moz Monster will start 15th, Oliver DeMose will start 14th, and Ben McEwen, who qualified on pole for the last 5 races of season 1, will start in 13th. Fanfamus in the Renault in 12th, and Muscati, who's a very quick driver in the Haas, will start 11th. So the two brothers, A. Quinlan and Q Boys, both through to Q3.
Mitchell cheered one bit. Cheers, Mitchell. Thank you very much. So I think we're going to have a very quick first stint, and then we will have a second stint right at the end, as they are all starting to come out of the pits now. This is going to be so close, especially with Ben out of the picture.
just having a look if we've got, and the only teammates we've got through are the Mercedes of Q-Boys and B Right.
Wow, yeah. So it's obviously very even.
Hey Quinlan, thank you so much for the 10 bits.
Hey, Quinlan. Before this lap starts, I'm just going to make sure my dog's still alive.
So we have a couple of drivers out on track. That looks like a racing point. That is Lucas, who's going to be first to set his lap, I think. So Lucas in the racing point coming through sector 1. Oh, purple sector 1. Just kidding. And the racing point of Lucas now about to come into sector 2. He's got a car in front of him that looks like a Quinlan who's on an outlap. So he is going to catch up to him before the end of this lap.
Still following Lucas.
Yeah, still following Lucas. I wonder who's going to get pole. It looks like B Right might be in with a chance, but these guys are quick. Every single one of these are in with a chance of a pole position here.
It's whether you can see B Right has got the potential pace, definitely to get in the 124s, and probably stick it on pole. But it's whether he can keep his nerve. Well, I've seen Lucas get into the 124s as well, so this is going to be a close call. And he's gone a 125.2.
125.2.
So there's a Homo sapien next.
Homo sapien. Where's he going to go on the line? A 125.7 goes second.
Adrian Sky goes second at 120.
Adrian Sky in the Haas. We've got an Alfa Romeo of Matt, and he goes fastest, the 125.2 for Matt. We've got a Mercedes of
Q-Boys goes
Q-Boys. Goes fourth, Q-Boys.
Jake just missed him, 125.
Jake now goes fourth, pushes Q-Boys down to fifth, and here he is, the Mercedes driver at B Right, as he comes through the final corner towards the finish straight.
He's going to get in the 124s here. Oh, just misses out, 125.1.
125 goes provisional pole.
And Black Mamba now. See what he can pull out of the bag. We know he's quick. He goes a 125.3. And then A Quinlan is going to be the last one to cross the line. Can he stick it on provisional pole?
Here he comes. He just missed out on that Silver World Championship, finishing second in the world. The world champion is already out, but not A Quinlan. He's got through and he goes towards the line. It's a 125.2,
wow.
Goes second fastest.
He's putting the battle out there, isn't he?
Oh, he is. He really wants this. So just looking around, seeing if any of these guys are on another lap, but none of them are. They're all on an in-lap now.
Oh yeah, they are, yeah. They're all on an in-lap. Yeah, so we're going to have a couple of minutes now while they all sit there and think about where they can gain that extra couple of tenths. Because that's all that's in it.
Oh, yeah.
And we know Homo
if you
sapien
look
can
at it,
get quicker than that.
6/10.
Yeah.
6/10 separate the top 10.
Any one of these drivers can get on pole here. This is going to be close.
Yeah. Can Aaron come back out and get in front of B right? I just seen Joe call him Aaron. I'm guessing that's what the A stands for in front of Quinlan.
Ah, it's good old Aaron, is it? Well, I wonder what Q-Boys' real name is. Is it?
Yeah, I won't say what I was thinking.
What, Queen?
Rhymes with cheer.
Oh, God. It goes well with the boys bit, doesn't it?
It does, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, A. Quinlan. Aaron Quinlan. And his little brother, baby Quinlan.
Q-Boys is Joe, apparently.
Ah, Aaron and Joe.
Aaron and Joe. So Homo sapien said he was on used tyres for the first run, so he's got a fresh set on now. He's going out a bit earlier than the rest of them. He's the only driver out on track. So he wants that clear air, and he's got it. Let's just hope when he gets round to the start his lap that no one gets in his way. Hey, Quinlan says queer boys is correct.
I knew it was. Homo sapien is back out. He currently sits in 10th. He knows he only has to improve by a couple of attempts to get on the front row of this grid.
But look at that, other than
I think
Homo sapien, what is it, 3 attempts separate the top 9?
Yeah.
And Homo sapien's been out on old soft, so he's got a few extra attempts in him as well. So
this I can see somebody getting in the 124s here.
Let's just hope. I think it's Adrian Sky coming out of the pits now. Hope he doesn't get in the way of him.
Here he comes through to turn 1 and 2 into the DRS straight, round turn 3. DRS is activated. Into turn 4. The right-hander turns 5, 6 and 7 are tricky ones. You don't want to be touching that curb if you're braking at about 130 miles per hour. In the hairpin at turn 8.
I wish you knew all this in your silver race.
I know, yeah. That weren't my fault. I was in for a good finish there. Down the next DRS straight comes Homo sapien in that Alpha Tauri. Very easy to lose it on this long left and right hander. As soon as you touch that curb, your back end can spin so easily. So you want to avoid this right hand curb. Every little bit of it. Stay way away from it. And then dive into the next corner. Come down straight.
He's
invalidated.
Ouch. That's going to hurt.
That must hurt for Homo sapien.
So it's going to be Adrian Sky. He's going to be... I wonder whether Homo sapien's going to go for another lap. No, he's pitting. He's going to try and get in the pits and get back out. He mustn't have enough fuel on board, so we'll go on board with Adrian Sky, who's going to start his lap.
So Adrian Sky, he finished 6th in the world in the silver division last season, but contributed massively to the Constructors' World Championship that he won in that division, getting 1 race win and 3 podiums. Can he continue that in season 2? Or A. Quinlan is there, and he already has 2 fastest laps to his name, 5 podiums and 2 race wins, and he's battling it out with B right. So JML, Adrian Sky comes down the DRS straight as he just tags along the back, and you look there, he's a cheeky one as he comes round the long left-hander and the right, avoiding the curb. and down through sector 3. Try and not invalidate it like the Alpha Tauri driver did. Keeps it valid as he stays well on that curve for quite a while. He's got a car in front of him. He'll probably tag along the Alfa Romeo there as well. It's going to be quick. Is he going to improve? It's a 1:25.4. He's 1/10 down on his lap. So we got the Renault of Newlet. Is that he's just started a flyer?
We've got a Red Q Boys, I think. Q Boys. Yeah, Q Boys.
Yeah,
he's just got purple in sector 2.
2 tenths up at the moment.
He goes second. Oh, so close to be right.
Goes second. Wow. That is really close. Both the Mercedes are currently 1-2. 13 seconds of this qualifying left. A. Quinlan, his brother. Is he going to get in front of him?
Lucas are now coming.
We've got Lucas
next,
in the racing point.
He's just up
on his time. This is so close. Even the slightest improvement on your lap time could get you on the front row of this grid. There's 5 drivers in the 1:25.2s, and Lucas is one of them. As he comes down the pitch straight towards the finish line, he goes to 1:25.1, goes second fastest. He's on the front row of the grid at the moment. We've got Matt coming round. He's improving. He's invalidated. We've got the Haas of Adrian Sky. He's going to go again. No, he's going into the pits.
So it's Newlet
in the Renault.
He's 2 tenths up.
He's 2 tenths up. This is going to be close as he comes towards the finish line. He goes to 1:25.2, goes 5th fastest.
Made a bit of a mistake at the end there.
You've got the Red Bull of Jake. He's up on his lap time as well. He's 1 tenth up, nearly 2 tenths up. This could put him on pole. Is Jake in the Red Bull going to go on into pole position? A. Quinlan's just behind him as well. Jake comes towards the finish line and he goes to 1:25.2, goes 6th. Wow.
A. Quinlan's gone top. Where's
A. Quinlan is pole position at 1:25.0. Be right.
Wow.
A 1:24.7. What a lap time. Where did he pull that from? The only driver in the 1:24s. That is phenomenal. 3 different pole leaders there. Wow, that was incredible.
This is going to be some race, this.
This is so close. You've got 3 tenths separating second to 9th. 3 tenths of a second.
Can I just say, what?
And then 3 tenths separating pole. What a lap.
Cracking like that. Absolutely brilliant. Hats off to you, Ben.
Phenomenal, absolutely brilliant. So, starting on pole position for our first race of Season 2 is Be Right in that Mercedes with his Lewis Hamilton-esque lap. A. Quinlan in the McLaren will start on the front row of the grid in second, and the Netherlands driver of Lucas de Reed in the racing point will start on the second row of the grid, with Q Boys in the other Mercedes in fourth. Newlet in the Renault will start on the third row of the grid with F7R Jake in the Red Bull alongside him. On the fourth row of the grid is Matt in the Alfa Romeo and the Polish driver of Adrian Sky in the Haas. In 9th position is Black Mamba, and in 10th is Homo Sapien starting on the 5th row of the grid.
This is going to be some race. Let's just hope they all keep out of trouble. We need to make sure they get the strategies right here. One little mistake is going to cost them massively.
Yeah, definitely.
And you got to think, behind the top 10 you've got the likes of Ben and Maxi Block and T. David, Taylor, and a few others that I haven't even said yet. I mean, Muscati and...
Yeah, the Mars, I Am Willie raced loads, well. Yeah, I mean, this is so mediums,
so this could go any way right now. They just need to keep our trouble and just pumping them lap times and look after the tyres and get that strategy right. If they get it wrong, that's it, they're out.
Definitely.
Joe Champion says Q Boys and A. Quinlan go both to bottle it.
Well, yeah, imagine.
Both brothers
so
are
starting on Both brothers starting on the front 2 rows of this grid.
What a cracking lap that was, though. I bet his hands were shaking. But his heart was pumping. Look at me, babe, I'm sitting on pole. Finally, you can say it.
Netherlands now.
No more drifting for me, I'm a pole sitter.
Oh, yeah. I can't see. You got to remember, Ben is a big challenge to be right as they've sat on a 1-2 for the last 3 races. But he's in 13th position. He's got to make his way through the grid, and the pace that B Wright's got, is he going to be able to catch up to him?
Well, this is Ben will definitely be going for the 1 stop, depending on safety cars and everything else like that. It could play into either one's hands, but personally I'd say B Wright is in the better position just because he's out in the lead. The only way he can mess it up is by himself, unless A Quinlan can interrupt that. He's just got to pump in them lap times and keep it really controlled and just control the race. I mean, it's like this morning with Lemon. He controlled that a silver race from the word go to nearly the finish, but unfortunately safety cars can happen, and well, however many you had, and yeah, that was the outcome. He finished 6th in the end, so anything can happen. I mean, you could see Ion Will win again from 20th. It's one of them tracks.
You're right, yeah.
It is one of them tracks that anything can happen.
So as they all line up.
And Jake's holding the pack up, being very tactical there, making sure the top 6 will have a bit colder tyres than he has. This is going to be a competitive season. There's going to be friendships broken here.
I didn't know they were friends.
Who? I never said anyone Pacific.
Right, here we go, guys. This is race 1 of season 2 here in Bahrain for Formula 7 racing. And it's all lights out and away we go here in Bahrain. B-Ray gets a good start. A Quinlan's right other side of him. You got Lucas, Q-Boys, they're all staying in position. You got the Renault Newlet. Matt is up 2 places. Black Mamba is down. Newlet's down 1 position. Adrian Sky is up. Ben is up 3 positions already. Luke May in that Ferrari is up 4, but Jake is down 14 places. So Matt is up to 5th place in that Alfa Romeo. Homo Sapien is up to 8th. Ben is now inside the top 10 in 9th. He's just been taken by Black Mamba. So a battle there between the Alfa Romeo and the Williams. But there's no changes in the front 4 at the moment. Black Mamba and Ben wheel to wheel.
Nearly. Adrian Sky and Homo
Sapien is battling as well. The Alfa Tauri. Here comes Ben again.
Ben's got the middle.
On the side.
Black Mamba's up.
Black Mamba's got past him.
He's holding him at the moment.
So Ben stays behind Black Mamba.
Train for ages. Oh, Black Mamba's gone.
Black Mamba just loses it slightly. And here comes Oliver Vermoose, goes up to 11th in the racing point.
This is what
here comes Fanfinus as well, they're all taking him.
Oh, it's like in go-karting. Honestly, you sort of go off position once and that's it. Everyone starts overtaking you because it's just a train of drivers.
Everybody is just in line here. This is incredible.
Matt and Q-Boys go for it. Matt's got the job done.
Matt gets past Q-Boys in that Mercedes. Q-Boys use position and Lucas goes past A Quinlan. Yeah. A Quinlan loses out to the racing point driver of Lucas. B right now being chased down by his old vehicle.
I wouldn't like to see the sight of that. You think, why we're not still in it? A pink Mercedes. He's now got the black Mercedes. Come on!
Q-Boys is down to 6th now, so he's lost 2 places. Matt is up 3. Ben still trying to fight with Homo sapien. Remember, Ben is on their medium compound tyres, so he's going to be a lot slower than these top 10 guys for the first couple of laps.
He's number 1 in the medium strategy, though, isn't he?
He is, yeah, you're right. Right, trying to get away, but he's just not finding it as Lucas sets purple sector 2 to try and catch onto the back of B Right.
B Right looks like he's
Quinlan has Matt all over the back of him. Here comes the Alfa Romeo driver.
Matt's doing very well, isn't he? He's got past Newley on that last one. Or was it Q? He got past Q-Boys on that last run. And now he's on the back of...
here comes Matt on A. Quinlan to take a podium position here in Bahrain as they go wheel to wheel, but A. Quinlan's got the inside line as Matt tries to go around the outside and keep the position, and that is a great move. Well, here comes A. Quinlan trying to tag along back at him.
DRS, hasn't he?
He's got the DRS, but Matt's straight line speed there is phenomenal. The 2 Red Bulls of Jake and Taylor not doing well here.
Down in 19th and 17th, so they're not doing well at all. It's all been a little rut.
Ben has got past Homo sapien as well.
He has. Now he's got Moscati all over him, Homo sapien. There's a big battle going on at the bottom. Maxi Block's down in 20th in the minute on them hard tyres.
So Maxi Block in 20th position.
All 20 runners
world
still
champion
going.
at the back of the grid.
Well, look at that though. I mean, let me have a look. From the leader to Maxi Block, 13 seconds. That's, you know, if B Right pits now, he'll go to the back of the grid. You know, if one of them is, that's how close it is this season at the moment. That is just ridiculous.
It really is. This is what we wanted.
Yeah.
What have we created?
A monstrosity.
Yeah. So Adrian Scott going past Q-Boys in the Mercedes, and Q-Boys loses another position. The Haas driver
He's falling down, isn't he? He's
gets
falling down
through past the Mercedes. Can Q-Boys come back at him? He's got the DRS, but he can't get through. Lucas, look at Matt. Matt is rallying through this pack. He's up 4 positions and he's right on the back of the leaders.
B Right's got Lucas right with him. Maybe this is going to be a bit harder than he thought. He's still after that first win. He's now got his first pole. Can he get his first win? Well, I think Ben will have something to say about that later on in this race. Bahrain always brings a great race. F7R Jake is on his way up, back up the grid again. He's up into 15th now.
He is up to 15th. Matt trying to stay on the back of these guys.
It's hard
What a start to this race. No DNS. Everybody's still in with a chance of getting inside the top 10, inside the podiums and going for this race win. There's only 3 penalties. We're on lap 5. This is incredible racing.
Ben.
This gold division is something else.
Ben
has got past Q-Boys. Q-Boys loses another position, tries to come back at him and loses out. Here's Homo sapien all over the back of Q-Boys as well. But Q-Boys is now down to 8th.
ERS already, he has. He's really low on his ERS. F7R Mart is all over the back of these. He must have so much more bar race pace than he has quality pace. Maxi Block's pitted for the medium, so I wonder what's happened to Maxi. I wonder whether he's had some kind of issue.
I think maybe it's just not finding the pace on them.
Yeah, but
maybe.
now he's 20 odd seconds off the pace.
Yeah, something must have happened.
He needs a safety car, doesn't he?
Cough, top right.
Oh, he's on about he did a tip, didn't he, of £1?
Right.
He's still the only one who tipped. Here comes Lucas. Is he going to get it? Be right straight line speed. He was great.
Luke May's going to come back at Geimer here. He's got the DRS. They've both got DRS on Jake. Jake's been sitting up here.
Q-Boys has spun. He's bought it.
Q-Boys, no. Q-Boys has spun. The Moz comes through. Has he got damage?
No, I don't think he did. I think he just lost the rear end.
He's got no damage, so he's still in with a chance in this race, the Mercedes driver, but he's down in 14 now.
So is B right sitting comfortably there? I can feel the sweat pouring down his face right now because this is tense.
It really is. And B right here, it's just got to stay out in front and hold these guys off. And that's not easy to do. Every lap, every second, every corner counts here.
I mean, I think Ben McEwen's only, 6 seconds, possibly less than that, behind B right at the moment?
Yeah. And he's on the mediums.
And he's on the mediums, yeah, so, they're going to come into play now. I wonder whether anyone's got... So,
Matt's pitted,
so he's gone for the early stop, which is good. It's really good.
Trying to undercut him.
Yeah, the undercut's massive round here.
He was only a second behind the leader, so if he manages to get this undercut right and post a decent lap on them mediums, he could potentially take the lead of this Grand Prix. There's a yellow flag because that is Q-Boys who spun again.
Oh, no way.
He's now going into the pit lane.
Must be screwed.
5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. He's having a terrible race again, Q-Boys. But you're never out of this race until it's over.
You're not, especially a race like this.
F7R Taylor gets past Luke May in the Ferrari. Red Bull driver now splitting up Geimer and Luke May.
I wonder what's going through Ben's missus' mind right now.
Here comes Ben on Adrian Sky in the Haas. Ben gets the run on him and Ben is up to 5th position. He's up 8 places. The Haas is going to try and come back at him of Adrian Sky, trying to do the old switch, but Ben is through. And that is another position gained. He is hunting down the pack with a vengeance here. Matt says no, Ben McCune is on the mediums. Yeah, that was funny. Whoever wrote that in the steg, it was who wrote that in the chat. Medium.
So B-Ride's going long then. Adrian Sky's paid, Black Mamba's paid, and he's just got a 5-second penalty for feeding in the pit lane.
Oh, we've got a battle here for 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th. They're all side by side. They're all racing. Here comes Fanfinus on Homo Sapien, the Renault on the Alpha Tauri, and he gets past him. Fanfinus has made a position. The 2 Alpha Tauri is now in 9th and 10th. Oliver DeMose up 7 places into 7th. All gaining positions, the guys on the mediums.
Yeah, well, this is where they're going to start coming into play massively now. Because them soft tyres will be going off. I wonder how long B-Ride's going to stretch it, whether he's going to go for the 1 stop because of Ben. I think he's going to try and go stretch it for that 1 stop and go into the hards.
Yeah, I think you're right, mate.
He's going to have to, I mean, unless he knows that the 2 stop can beat that medium to hard strategy. Obviously, don't listen to me, be right if you are, because I could be completely wrong. Go with whatever your strategy is.
I'm just having a look at Matt, and he came out the pits in quite a bit of free air.
Yeah, B-Right's pitting now, so we'll see what Matt does. So I'll stay on board with Matt. You
come out in front. B-Right's pitted. He's like 8 Quinlan out in the lead.
God, Matt's down in 16th and he's pitted. Wow.
Here comes Matt. B-Right is leaving the pit lane. This is going to be close. I think Matt's got him.
Yeah, he has.
It's going to be really, really close as B-Right is leaving the pit lane. Here is Matt, and Matt is in front of B-Right. So the undercut has worked
B-Right's gone beautifully. For the hards. So B-Right's
3 seconds. Well,
yeah, B-Right's gone for the hards though. So B-Right's going to go to the end of this race, whereas Matt's going to have to pit again. So Matt's going for the quick strategy. He just needs to not get out. He needs to stay out of the way of these boys in front. They can't hold him up.
He does. He starts getting held up and starts getting involved in incidents. It could ruin his race, and A. Quinlan will be left to win this race. Oh, he gets a 3-second time penalty. He got pushed to the side then.
Oh, the top 6, sorry. Ben McEwen's just gone for the lead on A. Quinlan.
Oh, Ben is now in the lead of this Grand Prix. I tell you what, you should have seen this by Matt then. He goes to go past I Am Will. I Am Will pushed him wide. Matt got a time penalty and then had to slow down to let I Am Will back past him. Yeah, so that really messed him up there. That could really... this could put A. Quinlan in the lead of this Grand Prix.
This is the problem now. These boys are going to start getting held up, whereas Ben McEwen's going to be out in front.
He's up to second.
Yeah, the medium runners now are up there.
Oliver de Mo's into third and Fanfinis in fourth, and Moz in fifth. So all the medium drivers all out in front now.
So F7R Jake's the only soft driver still out, going for another lap. I wonder how long he's going to try and keep these going for.
Wow, so Jake's still out on the softs.
Not far behind him is Taylor on that medium tyres. So these two are going for two different on the mediums on two different strategies. I mean, they're doing well to come back to where they are from where they were. B-Ride's getting stuck in this traffic now. This is where it's going to be so costly for him.
And it took
I mean, Matt, look at Matt just
quite a while to get past as well.
Just in front. He's struggling.
Well, look at that. Matt was 3 seconds in front of B-Right when he came out of the pit lane. It's now like a second or two because of the traffic ahead.
Yeah, it's all the medium runners that haven't pitted yet. I wonder what this is going to... This is so costly to all of these guys. You know, the medium runners at the front are all going to be benefiting massively for this.
Oh,
B-Right's going for the inside.
Here comes B-Right on I Am Will, who's going to have to give this position to the Mercedes driver. He tries to come back at him, but there's no pace.
He's got Adrian Sky right.
Here he comes. Right, he goes past both the Ferraris. Wow, B-Right taking them both out on the straight. Oh, look at this, and the cheeky ass of Adrian Sky says, oh, well, I'll take a position as well if it's going.
Yeah, Adrian Sky's on the medium, so Adrian Sky's going for the 2-stop. So this is where it could get so confusing, and Matt's got past Guyman now.
So I Am Well losing a few positions there on mediums.
You're going to do that whole race?
yeah. B-Right on the hards and Matt also on the mediums. So different strategies for these guys. B-Right going to the end of the race. Matt will have to do an extra stop on the mediums.
So here comes...
Matt gets past Taylor.
Yeah.
Matt past the Red Bull
now
Taylor.
Matt's in clear air. This is where he needs to really push now, Matt.
Here comes B-Right on the Williams. Mercedes on Williams. B-Right on Guymer. And he gets the inside line and B-Right is through. So only one car separating Matt and B-Right now, and that is Taylor, the silver world champion.
Old teammates, is he going to let him through? That's the question. You got Fanfinis all over the back of Muscati. He's going up the inside of him.
Here he goes. Oh, great move on the Haas. The Renault trying to get back past him, but no, he doesn't get it. He's got DRS now. Look how quicker he is on the DRS.
Got him, he's got
and
him
he
this time.
outbrakes him. Muscati trying to do the switch. Can the Haas driver come back at him? He does. The wheel to wheel now. They're racing through the chicanes. Oh, it's dangerous. They've touched. And Muscati's got that position back. Fanfinish tries to do the old switch. Oliver de Most is saying, I'll have a bit of the tasty. And he's on the back of him.
All while this is going on, Ben is now 3 seconds clear of these guys. So he's loving life at the front. These three need to work together here. They can't get held up any longer. Monster's in a good position as well. He's up to 5th. 7 seconds off these guys.
He is.
He's up
Ben is taking time out of everybody here out front, you know.
Yeah, he
this
is.
could be really good for him, everybody else battling.
As I was saying, you know, the more these guys are battling, the better this is coming in for Ben, and Ben is pitting.
Muscati's pitting, Ben is pitting. So where will Ben come out? Will he come out close to Matt?
So B-Ride's coming through, so yeah, Matt will be the leading.
Matt's coming up straight. So the Alfa Romeo passes his teammate, but will B-Right come out in front? He's coming out, and Ben is only just leaving the pits, and B-Right is
overtaken from Adrian Sky. So this is messing.
Adrian Sky.
Well, Adrian Sky's on the
just
mediums.
Overtaken B-Right.
On the mediums.
What a move on them mediums.
That is
incredible overtake by Adrian Sky.
I mean, it's a very good overtake, yeah. But he's bad for B-Right. I mean, he can go to the end of this race, whereas these other guys can't. But if Adrian Sky starts holding him up later on, he's going to suffer, because Ben is going to come after these guys. He's only 3 seconds from B-Right, I'd say. 3.5, nearly 4. So yeah, this is going to get tense.
Yeah, so this could be costly. So Oliver de Mose and Fanfinish battling out for the lead of this Grand Prix. Fanfinish in the Renault currently leads to Oliver de Mose, to the Moz Monster in the Alpha Tower, in Matt in the Alfa Romeo.
Two front runners
leads this Grand Prix.
Front runners are pitting. What's the Moz going to do? The Moz is going to pit as well, so Matt is going to take the lead of this race now.
He is, and that undercut has worked out so well, because he's now 3 seconds in front of Adrian Sky.
Yeah, he's got to pit again though, hasn't he? He's going to be on them fast tyres at the end, where all these other guys are going to be suffering. So that's one good thing. He could take the win here if he really pushes it, because these guys are going to be on the hard tyres, he's going to be on the softs, unless he goes for another set of mediums. But I don't know who's going to win this race. Oh, there's a yellow flag. Who's that? Is that the Moz Monster?
Is that the Moz? It's the Moz. There's a Red Bull. Oh, it's the Moz.
It's the Moz.
Homo sapien as well.
Oh, it's Homo sapien.
Was sideways on the track.
Oh, so it wasn't the Moz, it was Homo sapien.
Yeah, Homo sapien.
So can Matt now stretch his lead out in front?
Steg, that's a great idea.
We should sample Ben's. Mediums. I can't say
mediums.
Mediums. Oh god. Man must have English.
Be right. He needs to stay on the back of Adrian Sky here. Remember, Adrian Sky and Matt have both got a pit again. So technically, B-Right is still leading this Grand Prix once these drivers pit again. As long as he stays on the back of Adrian Sky and keeps getting that DRS, this can really help B-Right's cause here. Ben hasn't got DRS, Lucas hasn't got it.
Jared Butch, Holes 11.
Jared, thank you so much for the follow.
Well, that's an easier way of saying it. Thank you for the follow.
So the two Renaults are battling it out in 8th and 9th as well. Maxi Blocker making progress, he's up to 14th.
Doesn't look like, at the moment, Ben McEwen's making up that much time as he would like on the guys ahead. I mean, he's got 5 lap younger tyres than the 2 lads on the hards, but he's whether he can get past Lucas anytime soon. Two Renaults battling out. We've seen this in season 1, but is there going to be team orders like there was in the with Lemon and Moz? So Matt's now 4 seconds clear of Adrian Sky, and Adrian Sky is holding B right up behind him. So at the moment, this is working out a massive treat for Matt. And Ben McEwen is being held up from Lucas at the moment as well. Lucas is about 2 seconds off B-Rice time.
He is, and Ben is caught up to Lucas. He's all over the back of him now, and once he gets past Lucas, he will chase down B-Right.
He will.
I don't think Matt's escaping the pack as well as he would want to, considering he's got a pit again. This is on the mediums.
Yeah, but I think once he goes to the soft, he'll be a good couple of seconds quicker than these lads on the hards.
That's true. Yeah.
Whether we'll see enough time for him to catch and overtake these lads at the front is another question, but I think Ben's on his way now. He's going for it, he's going for the move. Around the outside into turn 1. Can he make it stick? He does. He's got through nicely.
Goes round the outside, round the outside. Here comes B-Right on Adrian Sky. He's been staying all over the back of him. Ben has got past Lucas, so now he's chasing down.
Newler battling out.
Fanfulness gets past his teammate of Newler at the wheel to wheel. There's no love lost between these two teams as they touch. They're not thinking about constructors, they're thinking about drivers' championship. And Newler tries to go down the inside as they nearly touch. He touches his back wheel again, but here comes the racing point. We'll start calling it the Force India. Here comes the Force India.
Oh, B-Right's got Adrian Sky.
B-Right is back past Adrian Sky, so Adrian Sky seems to be struggling there. That has given Ben a great opportunity to catch these guys whilst they've been battling.
Yeah, it has. I think, what is it, 1.3 seconds now?
I just want to say, with 12 laps to go, congratulations, goal drivers, on not a single DNF safety car or virtual safety car.
I know, it's incredible, isn't it? Absolutely incredible. What a race. Adrian Sky going back third.
He has, DRS has got him back past, so these two battling like crazy is giving Ben McEwen a fantastic opportunity to catch him in the Alfa Romeo.
He's looking ahead of these boys and thinking, oh, this is what I like to see, this is what I want. I'm just going to save my tyres. Is B-Right going to start getting a bit shaky now and want to get past? And all while this is happening, Matt is pulling away and giving Matt an even better chance of winning this race. Max Bocco's fastest out there in last place at the moment. He's had a bit of trouble. Who is that that's off? Q-Boys has spun in sector 1. Down in 18th now.
Q-Boys spun again. Look at Ben all over the back of B right now.
Oh, this is going tasty. And while all this is going on, Matt is pulling away now. 5 seconds clear of these boys. He needs to get them softs on and he will be flying back
Matt
after them.
Matt will be happy with these just battling it out. Second, third and fourth here.
The longer this goes on for
Oliver
him,
de Mos goes past Newlett. So he's straight past him there. And the two Red Bulls in 12th and 13th. Jake trying to catch up to the back of the Moz Monster. We've got Luke May on the back of I Am Will, the two Ferraris as well. And Maxi Block all over the back of Black Mamba. Maxi Block goes through and Black Mamba is down to 19th position. Maxi Block, the world champion, is up to 18th. Yes, you heard that right.
You gotta be right. Still, he's getting frustrated behind there now.
He needs to keep his head.
I mean, in all fairness, at the moment, it's a 1-2 for Ben and Ben the Flower Pot Men. If Matt can't come back. Because Adrian Sky...
teammates.
No.
But it's still 1-2.
But the gloves are going to be off. They're going to... B-Ride's going to want this win. And so is Ben. First race of the season. Who is going to come out on top? This is going to be such an intense season, this. I think Matt's had a little mistake somewhere. He's lost a couple of attempts to these guys. So them medium tyres are going off now. But he wants to...
He slipped it, he's in the wall.
Slipped it, oh, no way.
He's going in the pit lane, he knows they are well out the window, their mediums now. Manages to just get in the pits and now Adrian Sky, B-Right and Ben are all the way through. Lucas is going to come down and take that position as well. Matt has got a fight on his hands now. Wow, he completely lost the back end. How he saved that, I'll never know.
Front wing?
He's gone back on mediums.
Oh, he's gone out on the mediums, so...
Gone back on mediums.
Right, so B-Ride's got in front of Adrian Sky now. How long's Adrian Sky going to hold off Ben McEwen? That's the question now.
So Sky gets past A. Quinlan as well. A. Quinlan is on the gravel as he tries to come back at him. The McLaren on the house. They're
so close.
Literally touching each other. Not inappropriately, but on the track. And here comes A. Quinlan all over the back of Muscati in the Haas. He's going to have a DRS through sector 2 down the back straight.
Oh, Ben's got past Adrian Sky. I didn't see that, but he's got past him. So Ben's going to start chasing the other Ben.
Second behind B-Right.
With fresher tyres as well. So.
A. Quinlan, can he get back past him? No, he doesn't this time.
See, F7R Matt is now down in 12th place. He's a long way with 9 laps to go. He's got a lot of catching up. He's got a lot of catching up to do if he's going to win this race.
Don't think he'll get any favours from his former teammate that's coming up on track either. We've got F7R Jake, F7R Matt and F7R Taylor in 11th, 12th and 13th.
Ben McEwen's going for the overtake on B-Right.
Oh, Ben's got it.
He's gone deep. B-Right's going back on the inside.
B-Right tries to come back at him. This is for the race win, the wheel to wheel for Benz. And Ben McEwen takes the lead of this Bahrain Grand Prix.
He squeezed him out then. And B-Rice just about stays in second place as Adrian Sky tries to get him as well.
Will they still be friends tomorrow? Ask him after the race.
See if they make it to the end. Could have a Rosberg Hamilton moment.
Definitely, this is heating up.
He squeezed him, he got his shoulders out, his elbows out, he did a Max Verstappen of this morning.
He really did. As Martin Brundle would say, he had razor blades on his elbows.
Oh, Oliver Jamuse, yeah. Oliver has spun it.
Oliver has spun it in the racing point. That's put Jake in the top 10 and Matt comes through as well and says, thank you very much, I will take that back. Fanfiness all over the back of A. Quinlan as well as they're coming down the straight. Down the pit straight, here he comes. And A. Quinlan, does he have DRS as well? He does, but here comes Fanfiness. He takes the outside line and A. Quinlan is down into 7th, splitting up both the Renaults.
Oh,
he tries to take the inside line though. He comes back at him, tries to switch again, but Fanfiness is through.
Is Ben McEwen now starting to pull away from B. Rise?
Oh, A. Quinlan's trying to come back at him. They've touched wheels. Wow, we have a race here for 6th and 7th. Fanfiness just keeping the position, and A. Quinlan nearly losing it on the curb there. But A. Quinlan's going to try and come back at him again. He's going to have DRS in a second. He's only 2 tenths behind him. As he locks up and comes down the straight. Fanfiness is not inside DRS. He's just sitting duck as A. Quinlan comes after him. Not this time though.
Let's have a look how
Lucas
far.
all over the back of Adrian Sky as well for that podium position.
So F7R Matt is still 17 seconds away from the leader. And he's got 7 laps left. Yeah, so he's not going to do it, is he? He's not. Mistake cost him
maybe should have tried to go into the hards when he undercut him.
So Adrian Sky's finally pitted, so Adrian Sky's going to go on the soft tyres. Where is this going to put him in the race? This is going to put him really far back.
Adrian Sky is pitted and Lucas is now inside the podium. He's going on softs and he's behind Matt and Oliver. Jake has got past the Moz Monster, the Red Bull on the Alpha Tauri, and Jake is through and Moz loses his position there. Here comes Matt as well, all over the back of Moz. Moz has got no DRS because Jake stole it. F7R Taylor sitting the fastest lap of the race.
Do you know what? There might be a couple of incident reportings coming in, but all in all, what a race this has been.
Mate, what a race.
If we get all 20 drivers to finish this, it'd be brilliant. It'd be an amazing start to the season.
Oh, you couldn't have asked for a better start. I mean, look how close it is, how competitive it is. Every driver finishing. The racing has been phenomenal. It's brilliant. This division now is just something else. This is the division that everybody aspires to racing. Yeah. All these bronze and silver racers, they will one day race in this gold division. If they put in the work, the practice, the time and effort, they will race in this gold division. If they are a clean and fast driver, they will one day be in this division, and this division just proves why it's the best. Not saying the silver and bronze aren't, I'm just saying this is the top. This is the division that all the guys want to get to. Matt there just getting an overtake on the Moz Monster as well, so now he's at the back of Jake. And the gold drivers here today have proven exactly why they are gold drivers and they're in the gold division. The fact that every single one of these guys are still in this race on lap 24. Definitely. They're all competing, all racing. You know, there's hardly been anyone that's gone into the pits for a bit of damage apart from, you know, their own doing.
I wonder whether Matt's going to finish up in this race. B-Rice still not 7 tenths. He's holding. He's staying with Ben. I wonder whether that's a tactical thing or whether, you know, they're going to go for the 1-2 here, or the gloves are off and these boys are fighting.
You've got Muscati as well. He wants a podium and he's trying to chase down the racing point in that Haas. He's only 1.7 behind him with 4 laps to go. Fresher tyres. No, here comes Fanfiness. And he's going to take Muscati, the Haas driver, as he just outbrakes him. Is he going to switch down? He is. He does the old switcheroo as he comes around turn 2 and 3. He's going to have DRS again on Muscati, and here he goes. Oh, Muscati just Knocks him off slightly there. That could have been costly. That could have took them both out of the race then. But he goes through, and Fanfinis is up to fourth, the wheel to wheel coming through the chicanes. Oh wow, that is close to the wire driving. So he's going to have to try again now, Fanfinis.
Steg's saying kick a man while he's down, Nathan. Cheers. What did you say that got that?
No, I was just saying this is the division that everybody wants to be in.
Yeah, because we dropped
Steg is going to smash that silver division. He's going to improve every week, and he's going to be back in this gold.
He will, yeah.
The only reason Steg's down in silver is because I think he can compete more. It's not because he's a bad driver.
No, I mean, all the silver drivers, they're not bad drivers, are they?
No, nobody's a bad driver. It's just that we don't want drivers to feel like they can't compete.
Yeah. Want everyone to have a fair
shot. Here goes Fanfinis down the pit straight. He's got DRS. Muscati is just going to sit there, and here comes Fanfinis to take fourth position. And now he's going to chase down Luke for that podium. Still only 1.7. Lucas, sorry, is only 1.7 behind him. He's got the inside line as Muscati stays behind him. Muscati's going to have DRS going back up the straight. The wheel to wheel. Fanfinis trying to use all the track. Oh, Muscati just going out wide there when Fanfinis was there. Oh my god, the wheel to... They've just touched again. Looks like Muscati pushed him right off track there. I don't know what he was doing because they were wheel to wheel, side by side. And Muscati, instead of just staying on his own line, has moved right out to the curb on the left, which pushed Fanfinis out to try and keep his own racing line, even though somebody else was on it, and then pushed him right out wide on the next corner as well. Unbelievable. Matt, thank you so much for the 20 bits.
Hey.
So Fanfinis now 1.2 behind Muscati, and he's going to have some chasing to do with 3 laps left. So I don't think he'll be happy about that. He's now got A. Quinlan all over the back. Maxi Block gets past Geimer and he's up to 13th. Q-Boy is setting the fastest lap of this race. He might be 29 seconds behind 19th place, but he's on the softs and he's the fastest man on track today.
He could help B Right out here. Not saying he should, but Q-Boys is, Ben McEwen and B Right are coming up to Q-Boys. Obviously, if Q-Boys is doing fastest laps, they're not going to catch him, but he's not far from them. There's 9 tenths between these. I think B-Ride's tyres are slightly going off now. Have 1 second.
We've got a battle for 8th, 9th and 10th here.
Yeah. Last points, positions. Every point is going to matter in this season.
Oh, definitely. Every single point is going to matter. And B Right is now outside DRS of Ben. His tyres are 4 laps older. Fanfinis back inside DRS. And Geimer's got back past Maxi Block in the Williams.
It's not been his race today, has it, Maxi Blocks? Oh, they just touched as well.
Fanfinis, is he going to get the DRS on Muscati again? He is going to get DRS up the pit straight. He reached the line just in time. So he's got 2 laps to try and get this 4th position. They've not been catching Lucas as they've been battling with each other, but here comes the DRS. He's going to catch him.
Adrian Sky.
He's going to have 2 laps to get that position. These are vital points in the championship. Maxi Block getting back past Geimer as well. Adrian Sky is right on the back of Moz Monster.
Oh wow! Jake's got the
Jake has gone through. Newlett's battling with Moz. Adrian Sky comes through on fresh soft tyres and takes the final point available in this race. But here comes Moz. He's not going to give it up easily. Adrian Sky getting trapped in between the drivers. Adrian Sky loses out, but he's now wheel to wheel with the Moz Monster.
Oh, he's spun! Adrian Sky
is spun.
That was
To take
really
the
unlucky,
final
that.
point. Really unlucky. Oliver's being now chased down.
Either one of them
Max,
could have got that.
Maximov gets back past Geimer. Fanfinis is only 2 attempts behind Muscati on this second to last lap of the race for 4th position. These are huge points in the championship. Doesn't want to go back past him on the straight. He wants to just wait it out, so he nicks that DRS, and he does. He gets that DRS. Now he's going to be all over the back of him down the pit straight. DRS is going to be available. Can he hold him? Can he get past him? Here he comes. And his Sky's just slightly moving over to the left again.
He's not leaving him any room, is he?
Nothing at all.
No, he wants that position. Oh, look at the pair of them. This is going to be so close.
This is battling. Oh wow, this is a real battle. This is
proper going for it.
These are really going for it. And the Sky goes wide, but he keeps the 4th position. Here comes Fanfinis again. I can imagine he's losing his head a bit here, Fanfinis.
Taylor gets past Geimer, up into 14th now.
He's going to have DRS again, Fanfinis. Can he get past him? Here he comes down the straight. He's got the pace, but he's not going to have enough track this time round. He needs to stay closer. But Ben is about to come down the straight. But we've got a battle for 4th and 5th here. Oh, Fanfinis has nearly lost it, but he's kept it.
Let's go to Ben.
And he stayed right on the back of him. He's coming down the straight, but Ben has come through to win the first race here in Bahrain. B Wright is going to come through in second. It's Fanfinis and Muscati. They were side by side. Muscati. Oh, Fanfinis has nearly lost it. He's spun. And he just keeps control of it. That is brilliant. Lucas takes the final podium position.
Well, Muscati's taking it.
Muscati's taking it because of penalties. And Fanfinis has finished 4th. Lucas is 5th. A. Quinlan in 6th. Wow.
We're going to see. Oh, Q-Boys is DNF'd on the last lap.
Oh, Q-Boys. We could have nearly had a full grid finish. And Ben they are just slowing down next to him. Q-Boys is out on the final lap of the race, so we didn't get a full grid finish. So Ben McEwen wins here in Bahrain. B Wright in second, and Muscati in third.
Here comes Geimer. I think he's run out.
Obviously, guys, we will look at the incidents after the race. Wow, what a race that was!
Yeah, that was really good. Really good race.
Fantastic race. 1 DNF, and that was on the last lap of the race.
Can't believe he's ruined it for us. Q-Boys.
I know. Could have had a full grid to finish the race.
As you would say, hey Quinlan, have a word with your brother.
I know. Come on, Aaron. Have a word with Joe.
And here comes Homo Sapien in 19th place. Don't get yourself a penalty. Come on, cross the line. He wants to reverse.
Whew. Wow.
Who's the fastest? Who's the driver of the day then? Are you going to say?
Well, it's got to be Ben McEwen. He's come from 13th to 1st. Drove a phenomenal race.
Yeah, he has done a cracking race. I mean, obviously, it was on for him anyway, starting on the medium tyres and how quick he is. Unlucky for me, right? It could have been any one of them. They all drove.
Yeah, they did.
Really well. Really, really well. Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, that's...
So, The first
standout,
race
isn't it?
of the season. Yeah, I mean, Sky came from 11th and Fran finished from 12th as well. Our first race of the season in Bahrain has finished, and Ben has took the race win here, the Scottish driver in the Alfa Romeo. The British driver in the Mercedes of B. Wright finishes in second, and the Finnish driver of Mascai in the Haas finishes in third on the podium. The Netherlands driver of Fanfinus and Lucas in the Renaults and the Racing Points finishing 4th and 5th, and the UK drivers of A. Quinlan and Matt in the McLaren and the Alfa Romeo in 6th and 7th. Oliver de Moos from the Danish driver in the Racing Point finishes in 8th, and the UK drivers of Jake and the Moz Monster in the Red Bull and the Alpha Tower finish 9th and 10th. Right, let's get these boys in.
Gotta say, what a race that was. I knew it was all going to be very close, but wow, I didn't realise it was going to be that close.
So I can't invite him because they've already joined the party. So Mascati, Ben and B Right all just come and join the party.
Get yourselves in the commentary box, boys.
So we'll start with B Right.
Just remember, Ben and Ben, the Flower Pot Man, have got 1-2 for the first time.
B Right, what a race!
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Did you think Ben was going to be able to catch you?
Yeah, I always knew it was going to happen. To be honest, that's how it's going to be much of the season, and I've sort of accepted that.
I mean, it was close. I mean, it was really close. It was only like you was inside DRS with like 2 laps to go. So I mean, anything could have happened. I think you getting caught up in the middle of the pack really cost you.
Yeah, I think it did. I think I was being not pushing enough, if you get what I mean.
Yeah,
I still had a lot of DRS, and I think I should have just smashed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then maybe it would have been a bit closer towards.
Yeah, I reckon if you didn't get held up, I reckon you would definitely have been closer. It would have been a last lap job, if anything.
Yeah, as soon as I seen Ben in 5th come up on the leaderboard, I was like, listen, mate, this is how it's going to be. Yeah, I mean, my caller, I got pole for the first ever time, so that's something to take.
I know, yeah.
Positive as well. And
you done well
come
there.
second is wicked. So.
Well, you drove a great race, B Right. You're second in the Drivers' Championship. It's a great start to the season. Congratulations on a podium, mate, and we look forward to seeing you race against Ben McEwen next week.
Yeah. Cheers, boys. Thank you very much.
No problem, mate.
Cheers.
Ben, how's it going?
Yeah, not too bad.
13th to 1st. Not bad.
Yeah, well, from the start, I've never wanted to start in the softs. I was in the practice races on soft about 7 laps in, I was always making mistakes. Always spinning the car, losing the rear, so I was like, no matter what, I'm starting on B-jumps, no matter where.
So your plan was, no matter if you started outside the top 10, you were going to start on mediums?
Yeah, I thought even starting on mediums outside the top 10 is a better idea for me. Because I knew I could actually work my way through. I basically overtook everyone actually on track. But
well, it worked out perfectly well with the mediums.
Oh yeah, definitely. I thought my pace was pretty strong. When I turned on the hards, my pace was pretty good. Did
you think you were capable of catching B Right?
Well, I think it's when Ben was caught behind Adrian Sky.
Yeah,
I was like, I could actually catch him because Adrian Sky was holding him so much because he was using all his ERS, keeping all behind him. He's so much slower for the corners because he had like, I don't know how old mediums, way older mediums than Ben's hards, and then once I got past everyone from wherever I came out in the pits, 9th or something, got into back of Lucas, dispatched him easy enough, and then went after Ben.
Yeah, you absolutely smashed it, mate. I mean, this season is going to be tough for anybody.
Oh, definitely. It's the fact that even in Q2, everyone, if they don't get a good enough lap on the mediums, if it is that type of track, everyone just changes to soft no matter what anyway.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, it doesn't matter
So
about
it's
the
kind
race.
of pointless even going on mediums. But I thought I was going back out on mediums anyway.
Yeah, there was no point starting in Bahrain.
Yeah, cause I knew I could get 2 attempts, but it's the fact that I ran out of fuel for the whole lap. So I went out so late to try and get more track evolution, and it kind of worked out. I got 25.8 on mediums, but it's what it is.
It is, mate, and you absolutely drove a great race. You got driver of the day. You went from 13th to 1st, and took your former teammate to get the race win. Congratulations, mate, and we'll look forward to seeing you race again next week.
Thanks, lads.
The fight continues with Ben and Ben, the flower pot men.
What's that?
I said the fight continues with
Ben and Ben,
the flower pot men.
Tune in next week to see what happens.
Flower pots at each other.
Who grows the highest?
Right, guys, that is it for our gold race. We will be back next week. Our bronze race is at 10 a.m. That will be commentated by Jake and Taylor. Our silver race will be back again from the league directors Ben and Ben, and me and Ed will be back for the gold race next week at our normal time of 3 p.m. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.